Well, for the first time ever, we are doing a podcast episode at night. It's 7:30 p.m. as per the Indian Standard Time, and we look back to review Mumbai Indians versus Chennai Super Kings. And today is a double header, so the afternoon game as well. So Mumbai Indians, Maitreya, they won a thriller. I was amazed at Pollard's a very good knock. They beat Chennai Super Kings by 4 wickets. And CSK, no, they batted first. Duplessis was again there for CSK. And this time he joined with Moin Ali. He came out to bat. He scored 58. And then came Ambati Raidu, 72 of 27. This season was then, a good season for him. But this match was excellent for him. Strike rate 266, and they get 218 on the board. That's the maximum number of runs scored in this season. And then MI, they had a steady start, but they didn't do anything to win until Pollard stepped in. 87 of 34 helps MI cross over the line with a little help from both the Pandya brothers. And it is the second highest successful run chase in IPL. Maitreya, it was proper hammering from Pollard. Are you upset?
Yes, really, I'm really upset because as I'm a Chennai Super Kings fan, I'm really upset there. And not only that, but Chennai Super Kings, it was, if you compare the two teams, it was a really close match. We saw till the last ball it was. So though Mumbai Indians won the match, still Chennai Super Kings did a good performance there, because if you see, they had though Rutraj Gaikwad we came out, they had a good power play called to, if you see the run rate, and then the middle overs also was not slow. So Moin Ali and Duplessis played good innings. Then after Moin Ali, Duplessis, again there was a fall of wickets there, but Ambati Rayudu and Jadeja made a good partnership. So I feel, compared to Mumbai Indians, I feel Chennai Super Kings made a good performance. But if you see, I feel Pollard made a one-man show, because all the other batsmen there haven't hit either 50 or anything. They have hit in 30. So it was just Pollard there who was a game changer of the match, because if you see, it was almost like Mumbai Indians is going to lose the match, because they had already lost so many wickets. They were 170 and they were 81 for 3, and they were 170 for 4. So that time I felt anyway they're going to lose, I felt. But the way they made a big comeback, and the way I feel Pollard was a one-man show, because it all the other players couldn't perform that well. They didn't bat that well, but Pollard made a really big change there, because the way he played, I really was amazed. The way he was hitting all the bowlers there, he was hitting in the gaps, he was hitting sixes. So the last over especially, I feel Ingidi was under full pressure and he didn't bowl the right balls. He bowled two full tosses, and then his Yorkers weren't perfect. So I felt Ingidi couldn't take the pressure there. I felt they should change the bowler and give another bowler some the last over and change Ingidi, because he couldn't manage the pressure there. Though he takes wickets, but he couldn't manage the pressure there. So I felt, but yesterday's match, he didn't take any wickets. So I felt it was really a big loss for both the teams. It was a really close match.
Yeah, he's a big guy, Pollard. You should talk about him, Maitreya. What I think is he should be the first person to be retained for the next year's mega auction. Pollard for me is even more priority than Rohit for MI. That's what I think, because how many times he has changed games for Mumbai Indians. How many times he has put up that finishing touches to MI. I think this guy needs to be retained. The first priority for Mumbai Indians next year mega auction.
Yeah, I feel after Mumbai Indians having a string of losses and everything there, everything is not going right for the team. I felt Pollard now has come back to form, and I feel that's a really good thing, because if you should not see his age or his form, because I feel in T20 format, I feel when Pollard comes back to form, either for West Indies he did very nicely in the past few series, and then now in IPL he wasn't in form, but now he came back to form. So I feel that is a good positive for Mumbai Indians. And I feel if other players also come back, Hardik Pandya hit 16 of 7. I feel the strike rate is good, but he just hit 16. I feel So these players who are the main hitters that Mumbai Indians have relied on, I feel they should come back and make a big change. I feel they should come back to form. Now Pollard has come back to form, and they need the other players also to come back. So I feel that should be the priority. And if Pollard now, since Pollard has come back to form, as you have said, I feel he should be the top player in the next season. Rohit Sharma is always the top priority, and after Rohit Sharma, I feel Pollard should be the next player. So I feel that should be the way Pollard is in the team. I feel he can lead the team because he has led West Indies also in many series, and he has really done well as a captain and as well as a really good batsman and bowler also. We have seen he has bowled those overs. He has been economical, so I feel he has taken wickets there. So I feel as an all-rounder and as a really good player, I feel Pollard is a real asset to the Mumbai Indians.
Yeah, we need to talk about Ambati Raidu, Maitreya. He had a not bad season, but not a satisfying season for him. And now he comes back in this match, he scores a quick 70. Who could imagine him to come on fire that way? We have seen to 2018, we have seen 2017, Ambati Raidu was just excellent, but we are seeing him now again, that same Ambati Raidu, again, that same, death hitter is, I think, for CSK, and real good batting display from him.
Yeah, so the way he played, I feel it was really great because every bowler he took on, every ball he played. So even till the last he played. Jadeja yesterday couldn't perform the way he played with RCB. He couldn't give such a performance. So I feel Ambat Raidu from the other end understood that problem, and I feel he took over the responsibility. So I feel that was really great because he had a strike rate of 266.66 and he hit 7 sixes, 4 4. So I felt the way he took on every bowler as a seeing them just as a challenge and not seeing their names like, oh, such a big bowler he is, I'm out of touch, so what will happen. He's not scared, he's fully confident there, he's performing for the team. So I feel the way he played yesterday, the approach he has given, I feel was really great because he has consumed very less balls and hit so many runs. So that is a real positive we have seen. And him coming back to form, I feel, will give a lot more stability to the CSK batting because the middle order, Raina, he, and all those players, I feel Monali is performing, giving those performances. But Ambat Raidu wasn't performing this season, as you have said, like 2018, 2017, he was a really good player. But after 2019, from that time, he couldn't perform that well. So I feel this season he has come back to form, and if he continues in this way, I feel it will be really helpful for the team. So in very important matches also, he's performed well. And I feel if he continues this way, I feel he can be chosen for the team as a main player in the next season also, the way he's playing. So I feel he should continue in the form and he can be even a player in the top 5 for the orange cap if he continues in this way every match.
Yeah, Maitreya, in the previous show, we talked about MI and CSK. These two sides are the biggest, whatever, the competition between these two sides are really very good. And, who could expect this big, exciting finish? I mean, that close match, 2 runs of last ball. And I expected I thought CSK would win by 1 run because all the effort they put. But Pollard was just excellent. It was a one-man show, as you said. And vintage Pollard wins it for Mumbai Indians. Yeah, now we'll look at SRH versus Rajasthan Royals. Rajasthan Royals have comfortably beaten SRH, and nothing has worked out for Hyderabad, Maitreya. Nothing is working out. They got in Kane Williamson to captain this side. They surprisingly got down David Warner. He wasn't there in the playing 11, but nothing, whatever changes they have made, but nothing is working for them. All right, Jos Butler, 124 of 64, very much needed for him and for the team as well. This season he didn't even get even a single 50, and this one he just dominated the bowlers right from the front, took on the bowlers, took on the bad balls. He targeted some specific bowlers like Mohammad Nabi and attacked them. And 124 is maiden IPL century, and this is the third century in this IPL season. Yeah, and 11 sixes for him. He has hit, and a lot of them were flat. You could imagine such flat sixes going into the stances. So Maitreya, talk me on his feelings. How did you feel about his innings, his comeback, and how will it have impact on RR this year for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I feel the comeback he has made is really great because Ara needed this starting because the batsman, I feel that opening partnership was not good for Ara. Even today, Jaiswal became out. So I feel Jos Butler now, since he's back to form, I feel that will be a good thing because we have seen the both the openers are not doing well for Ara in the past few matches. Now, since at least one opener has come back to form, I feel that will be a really good news for Ara. And the way he batted, the he took on, as I've said, he took on the bowlers, he took on the bad balls. So I felt this was a much needed innings for him because he hasn't hit 150 also till now, and he has come back. So I feel RR now has a really good batsman now, George Butler, since he came back to form, and they needed this win also. So I felt it was a must win for RR. Even for SRH, it was a must win for them. They took out David Warner there. I was really surprised there because there are some seasons it happened. Even last season, you see, CSK couldn't make it. MS Dhoni was criticized a lot, but taking out any player from the captaincy, if David Warner had won the cup for SRH in 2016, so I felt it was I feel it was a disgrace for Warner to take him out like that. I felt really sad for him because I felt this sometimes some teams may not go well in some seasons. Not that we have to take out the captain or take some strict action because sometimes it may not be working out for them. So I felt this time SRH couldn't make it. And I feel taking out the captain, they're taking out Warner. He had been the SRH's most successful player till now. He had led them to a title, and then he had batting also. He has been the most run scorer for SRH. So I felt it was really sad. Take him out of the team, and as well as captaincy, I felt it was a big blow for the team. They were doing they were doing a wrong move, I felt, and as well as if you see now, they had gone out. They had just hit 165 for 8. So, and their bowling also was poor. Only Rashid Khan bowled well. Others all were expensive, and they took only some took only one wicket. But I feel all the other bowlers were expensive as well as did not take many
Yeah.
wickets. So I felt it was a very poor move from them.
Yeah, what I think, I totally agree with taking out Warner from his captaincy, but I never thought he would. They announced it yesterday itself, but I never thought David Warner will come out of this side because he's such a batsman, a brilliant one. Maybe he couldn't have made it big for SRH this season. There's a lot of pressure on him because you have that New Zealand captain, Kane Williamson, already. So he's performing well in the three matches he got. Is hit two big scores. So yeah, Kane Williamson is a brilliant captain, and yeah, I totally agree giving captaincy to shifting captaincy to Kane Williamson. But I never, I still didn't understand why they took out David Warner. I don't see someone like Manish Pandey opening and hitting those big runs. Yeah, they tried out Manish Pandey last season opening. He has done sometimes, but I don't think he could make a long impact on SRH. And as you talked, Maitreya, I wanted to talk about this SRH bowling, except for Rashid Khan. No, everyone has been expensive. Some have been 10. Mohammad Nabi 21. I feel so sad for Mohammad Nabi. The one over he bowled, Jos Butler was settled, and he just got on him. So I think what they should have done, I don't think Mohammad Nabi needed to come in. I think someone like Jason Holder should have come in. He's in right form versus RCB. He took 3 wickets. So I think someone like Jason Holder who could, bowl that medium pace and get some wickets. I think they should try him out because Jason Holder, their bowling isn't fine, and he could do a little bit with the bat too. So that's what I think. What do you think? Did you think Mohammad Nabi, was suited for it in today's match?
Oh yeah, I felt Mohammad Nabi. I felt wasn't a good choice because if you see there, I feel the bowlers thought. I mean, the SRH team thought that Mohammad Nabi he bowls spin actually when he is good in form. When he has a turn there, I felt he can really bowl well. But uh, according to this Delhi pitch, I felt it was. We have seen from the start it was favoring the batsman. So bringing in a spinner and Mohammad Nabi also he just bowls it simple like. if the batsman isn't settled, I feel then the batsman will struggle with him. But bowling to a batsman like Jos Butler and Mohammad Nabi, he just bowled simple spin. So I felt Jos Butler could easily take advantage of him. So I felt it was the wrong choice. At least after Butler became out, I felt when the new batsman come in, they should have given him. So when a new batsman come in, I feel that bowling spin to a new batsman will be making them more uncomfortable. So, but bowling to a settled batsman, he has already taken on in the power play, has taken on the bowlers, and again giving to a spinner, I felt was not a good move there. And you have seen he has conceded 21 runs in 1 over, so that was really bad. But Rashid Khan is a different spinner. Rashid Khan is he can bowl in all performances, all pressures, all everywhere he can bowl Rashid Khan. So we can't compare Rashid Khan and Nabi. So that's a different scenario. Nabi is a just a off spinner. He bowls very simple and very easy. Sometimes he bowls so full, the batsman can hit for sixes. But Rashid
But
Khan,
I
I
don't
feel,
think he can make the same impact what Jason Holder can make.
yeah,
I totally disagree
yeah,
why they
I
took
feel Mohammad
Mohammad
Nabi was
Nabi.
a really bad choice because as a batsman also, though he hit 17 in 5 balls, I feel that small cameos are not very good for the team because when they're chasing a really high score, I felt they needed something big from him to keep his spot. And since the
And I don't think Jason Holder can also do much with the bat, but with the ball is excellent. If you talk about the bat, I don't think he can hit such big scores. I'm not so sure. I might be wrong, but Jason Holder, the kind of person we see him, I don't think he can hit very big scores, but he can use pace well, and just like Chris Morris does. So
yeah,
I don't see him
so
as a
yeah,
very
I
good
feel.
batsman, but definitely a very good bowler.
Yeah, as a bowler, Jason Holder is good, but now I feel SRH's problem is their opening batsman because now Warner has gone. I feel the start for them is not good. Though they both of the players hit in 30s, but I felt they need something more. I felt the start should have been like how when they're when they're chasing those big scores. I felt that start should have been like how Butler took on the bowler. That impact was not there from the openers. So I felt, as I said, I felt Jason Roy is another who can try because Jason Roy, we
Yeah,
have seen
definitely.
when he played for Delhi a few years, 2, 3 years back, when he played for Delhi, he had really done well. So I felt Jason Roy as opener, I think he can do well.
Yeah, Jason Roy, as you suggested, thanks for suggesting. I think, yeah, Jason Roy is a definitely could be tried out, but what Tom Moody and the SRH team management is think they want to go with two overseas batters and two overseas bowlers. That's the plan right now for them. That's what they said in the post-match show. But I don't think they can go far this season if they're going to, depend on that middle order. Because Jason Holder, I don't think he can bring a big impact in the batting, and batting is also poor. So it's a tough decision for SRH. I don't know how they take in. If they bring in Jason Roy and Bears to opening, and then you have Kane Williamson and three overseas batters occupy that four quota, and then Rashid Khan. So I don't know. It's really very tough choice for SRH how the team management comes in and takes this. But let's see what they do this season. Yep. As I said, Sanju Samson, he gave a little decent strike rate. With a decent strike rate, helped Jos Butler, and RR could put up 220 on the board. And SRH walked in. They opened with Manish Pandey, as I said. But SRH didn't get much from the top order. They closed at 165 for 8. And the Mustafizur, Chris Morris, they bowled excellent. Both of them took 3 wickets. Talk me on why that middle order is still struggling for SRH. Now you see they brought in Vijay Shankar to bat at 4. I don't know why they're shuffling Vijay Shankar constantly. Sometimes they make him bat at number 8. Sometimes they bat him at number 7. Stick with a plan, and he will be more confident, and he will he'll get suited to that position he's put in, and he'll play. I don't know why they're shifting constantly. I don't, his batting form is decreased a lot much, but I don't know what they're trying out with Vijay Shankar. They're constantly getting him up the order, depromoting down the order. I just don't know what they're doing with Vijay Shankar.
Yeah, so I feel in the team, if you see the SRH middle order itself, I feel there is no stability because the batsmen, some one match they're performing, one match they're not performing, some are not performing. If you see, so I feel that they don't have that level, though they have the players. If you see the players. If you see their statistics, if you see their record match as a matches, if you see their career, all the matches, averages, everything is good. But right now, I feel many of the players in the team aren't in form. I feel that was a really big problem because last year, if you see, I feel their situation is turning out to be like the CSK of last year. Because if you see CSK, everyone they had good players, but they were not in form. And if you see if you see their strike rates, averages, they're all good, but they weren't in form. So I feel now SRH is coming to the same thing. I feel changing captaincy or taking out Warner, I feel is just making things worse because they needed some change. I feel they needed some change, but taking out Warner, I felt, and they didn't replace him with Jason Roy or any other batsman. They put Manish Pandey. So I felt when Manish Pandey played in middle over, he could do well, but when he came as an opener, I think he isn't able to do well. So I feel that middle over itself is a big mess for SRH because they have the players, but they're not in form. If you see Kedar Jadhav he hit 19, but in 19 balls. So in T20, we can't expect to hit 19 and 19. I feel he should have played with a little more good strike rate. And then Mohammad Nabi, though he hit 17 and 5, but still he hit only 17 runs. So I feel each player has some or the other problem there, and they should sort out. So Kane Williamson is performing well. He performed well. This match he didn't do, but I feel he can perform well. But Vijay Shankar, as I've said, moving him up and down the order will be really uncomfortable for him also. So they should just come up with one decision, either to put him in the lower middle order or in the upper middle order. I feel they need to come up with a decision because for him also it will be really uncomfortable there. So I feel they have to just sort it out. That's a problem for them. They have to just sort out the players and all have to come back to form. I feel that's the thing, or else it will be too late for them to come back into the tournament and qualify for the playoffs. I feel.
Yeah, SRH is in dire need of Kedar Jadhav. I think they need a lot from Kedar Jadhav, a lot more responsibility from him because now they moved Manish Pandey up the order. Now they need something from Kedar Jadhav so that the middle order is stabilized. And I don't see Kedar Jadhav doing it. Yes, it's only 3 matches that is played. One match he didn't bat. So okay, that's fine. Let's give him 2 other games. He needs to pull up his sleeves and say, I'm going to do it for SRH and go and do it. That's what I think. And yeah, Maitreya, talk me on Rajasthan's bowling. Mustafizur and Chris Morris, they were excellent. Both of them took 3 wickets.
Yeah, so I felt it was they bowled really good. So even though they had a really high score on the board, the bowlers still bowled really strictly and they took wickets at the right interval. So I felt though they had the power play was good for SRH. They had 56 runs, 57 runs they made in the power play. But after the power play, the wickets started falling. Manish Pandey became out, and then Bairstow became out. Then Vijay Shankar. So that was how they felt. So power play was good for them. The bowlers also controlled because in a high scoring chase, I feel the bowlers will have a lot of pressure because though the batsman made a high score, I felt the bowlers will be expecting more from the other batsmen. From if Rajasthan bowlers would be expecting more from SRH batsmen, so they will be also in their plan. So I felt SRH batsmen couldn't do. They had a good power play, but after that, wickets were falling for them. The batsmen were settling in and wickets were falling. Those batsmen were coming out. So I felt RR's bowling was really good. If you see, they had all the bowlers good economy. Only Tavatia was little. He had a expensive, but otherwise the other bowlers, if you see, they have bowled really quite well because especially Chris Morris, he has proven his worth. 3 wickets he took and gave 29 runs. So I felt that was a really good bowling from him. He took the wicket of Abdul Samad and then Kedar Jadhav, Vijay Shankar. So he took the wickets at the right intervals for the team. So I felt that is really important because yesterday we have seen and for Mumbai Indians when they were chasing, though the wickets were taken at the right interval, the bowlers were going expensive for CSK, and that's how even though only Pollard was there on one end and the other batsman wasn't able to hit. I felt the Pollard was able to hit. So for SRH, I feel that one player who can make a big impact, that player is not there for SRH. I felt that one player whom they can rely on, that last hitter there. I felt no one is there, such a player for SRH like Pollard. I feel no such player is there for SRH. So I feel they need one player in the lower middle order also who can bat there in the low order. So I feel that should be one thing for them. And the middle order is also quite disturbed there. Players are not in form. So I felt it was just that the batsmen were not in form, and our bowler took advantage of that and really bowled well.
Well, that is our episode number 40. Hope you like the episode. Please subscribe to our podcast wherever you're listening this on, and rate our podcast on Apple Podcasts. Thank you.